so what's your name?
Jacob,
And what's your major?
business management.
Okay, so I want to test your knowledge and how well what you've learned this year in school. So, what is bounded rationality?
Am I gonna get graded on this?
What's your name and your major?
Mike Clappenlack, business management.
Okay, so I just want to test your knowledge and what you learned from school. And what is a rational approach?
Approach that I would think that has 4 or 5 different ways to come about an answer.
What's your name and your major?
My name is Johnson, and my major is information systems.
Can you tell me what bounded rationality is?
No idea, I just started out. First semester.
There we go. How you doing?
What's your name?
Scott,
And what's your major?
Human Resources and Management.
And when you graduated?
May.
Okay, so I'm going to test your knowledge and see what you know about business management.
Okay.
So can you tell me what intuitive decision making is?
That's using your experience and internal gut justification for making your decisions.
Okay. Can you give an example?
If I was an HR manager and I worked at a Valero for 10 years and I wanted to come up with some programs to make people productive, and I felt that for these 10 years that this one particular program would do that, that would kind of be the intuition.
Okay. Okay, so what's your name and your major?
I'm Sarah and I'm a marketing major.
Okay, so I want to ask you a few questions, or one question, see what you learned in the business school here. So can you tell me what satisfies you?
Satisficing? I've never heard that term in any of my courses.
J.R. Rodriguez, management.
Okay, so I want to test your knowledge and what you have learned in UTSA school. Can you tell me what the Carnegie model is?
The what?
Carnegie model. Okay, so
From our class. You have to cut this. I don't even.
do you know what satisficing means?
Satisficing?
Satisficing.
Satisficing? Am I supposed to know
Okay,
this?
yes, you're supposed to know what satisficing means. Okay, right.
Okay.
I don't have time for it sometimes.
Okay, so we're just going to ask you what bounded rationality is and maybe give an example of how we can use that.
Okay, so bounded rationality is the idea, primarily due to Herbert Simon originally, that people have limits on how much information they can process, and that processing more information is costly. So when they're making decisions, rather than looking at optimizing overall possible states of the world and overall possible complicated outcomes, they're using heuristics, and they're using simplified decision rules. Every time you get a software agreement for a new piece of software, no one ever reads those things, and yet everyone clicks OK. And that's also an example of bounded rationality.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to ask you about intuitive decision making and how you can apply that in business.
In intuitive decision making, when you make the decision, you don't use a lot of data to support your decision. You just make the decision quickly. I'm sorry, I need to pick up the phone.
That's okay. Okay, we're just going to ask you about the rational approach, and then perhaps if you could give us an example of how it's used in business.
My idea of rational approach is, from an organizational perspective, is you do what is best for the organization. Okay. When you make a decision, let's say you want to hire someone, so you hire the best candidate rather than okay, this is my brother-in-law, I need to hire them, that kind of thing. So that is the rational approaches.
So what is your name and what do you do here at UTSA?
My name is Robert Bonner. I am a third-year doctoral student, and I teach intro to management as well as management strategy.
Okay. And can you tell me what satisficing means?
Satisficing. Satisficing is a departure from the rational thinking model, which is that we have perfect information, but in fact we don't have perfect information. We are actually bounded what we have, and we don't have unlimited alternatives. So as such, we often take the first alternative that is acceptable, such as making a mic out of paper, right? Because it still serves its purpose, right? Because everybody knows that we have a mic here, but it's not an actual mic, but it still serves its purpose, right? So it satisfies. The optimal solution would be for you to find a mic, a real mic, but it's not necessary and it's not feasible at this point, right? And so that's kind of the idea behind it.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem.